even with the template, the holes will be slightly off. So you'll need somebody to help you feed it through. Try to line it up each one until you get all the way to the end. And from there, now we'll take the rubber mount and we'll push it the rest of the way through so we'll have a place to attach the arms. And tap it the rest of the way through and tighten it up, roughly about the same amount. Went roughly the same amount on the other side. Let's tighten down. Roughly the same amount. We'll tighten it back up with 2 nuts and washers on the other side. Tighten it down so it'll straighten out. And then we'll do the bottom side. In the time that you've watched this to this point, to get to this, we've been working for 3 hours. Because the lines won't, or the holes won't match up, regardless of what you do, you got to force it through, hit it, mount it, a little bit of space, then switch around, hit the rubber mount, force it through that way, then manipulate it through like that. And we'll have to do it again. So it's tight. So then, just like we finished up there, these are the regular nuts. Because of hitting it with the hammer, messed up the threads a little bit, get through. Make sure these are clean while you're doing this though, otherwise it'll also put it into a bind. Obviously you can't use a socket set on this. Now you just start tightening it up until it gets a good dimple like this one. As you can see, because of the way the folds work, this leg's going to work just fine. This leg's going to bump. So we're going to have to cut it as it sits. Pinch off, get sawzall. These will be the spacers for the arms and the legs so they can move freely. We're recessing it so the nuts will fit inside of there. take your section of hose that you're going to use for your arms. This is a 3-inch section. It's actually 27 feet long. Made a line in the middle for the arms. Bring both ends to the middle. Straighten it out. Then bring it back to the middle again. Make sure it stays down. Straighten it out. Then where the fold is, bring it in. Flatten it out. And that's your arm. So the first hole where it'd be, which would be the hand. Put your bolt through and tighten it down so it stays in place, so that when you go to do the shoulder area, it doesn't move on you. This is the end product. This one is heavy enough that if you go to utilize it as a drag dummy for the competitions, you need to have your gear on. It'll tear up a little bit on your ankles when you pick them up, on your knees while you're dragging them, and on your forearms while you're dragging them. Could lighten them up. I'm guessing after I lifted them up somewhere around 210, 220 pounds.